Is there anything keeping you awake at night?
Comes down to reality.
Today, I'm breaking down the absolute best TV shows of 2026 so far. Let's dive into the list.
Top 10.
For All Mankind Season 5. We have officially entered the 2010s, and the space race has morphed into a high-stakes, multi-planetary gold rush. Following the explosive heist of the Goldilocks asteroid, Happy Valley has transformed from a scientific outpost into a bustling, corporate-run metropolis.
You can't lose your humanity. We're fighting for our humanity.
As the gap between the haves and the have-nots widens, the tension between Mars and Earth is reaching a breaking point. What makes this season so gripping is how it forces us to ask, at what point does progress stop being about human discovery and start being about profit? With the politics of space colonization heating up the personal sacrifices of our core characters, many of whom we've followed for decades, feel heavier than ever. It's an alternate history masterclass that proves the most dangerous place in the galaxy isn't deep space, it's a boardroom.
Top 9.
Landman Season 2. The oil fields of West Texas have never looked more dangerous or seductive. If the first season was about setting the stage, this second chapter is about the complete unraveling of the status quo. The life of a landman is one of constant, grinding pressure, and this year, the volatility of the energy market is mirroring the volatility of the people trying to dominate it. We're seeing a deeper dive into the corporate warfare, the backroom deals, and the sheer, rugged grit required to survive in an industry where one bad decision can cost you millions or your life. It's a dirty, sweating, high-adrenaline look at the machinery that keeps the world spinning, filled with characters who are as morally compromised as they are fascinating. Top 8. Outlander Season 8. After years of traversing time, history, and oceans, we have reached the end of the road for Jamie and Claire Fraser. This final season is a monumental achievement in storytelling, focusing not just on the grand scope of the American Revolution, but on the quiet, heartbreaking reality of letting go. As the war threatens to destroy everything they've built at Fraser's Ridge, the narrative shifts toward legacy. What do we leave behind when the dust settles? The chemistry remains the heartbeat of the show, but there's a new, profound maturity here. We're watching characters who are tired of fighting, yet compelled by duty and love to make one final stand. It is a cinematic, tear-jerking, and ultimately beautiful goodbye to one of television's most enduring love stories. Top 7. The Night Manager Season 2. Jonathan Pine is pulled back into the world of shadow and silk, and this time, there is nowhere left to hide. Without the safety net of the original book's plot, this season is a completely unpredictable, high-octane thriller that moves across the most dangerous corners of the globe. The tension between Pine and his old adversaries is palpable, but what makes this season shine is how it evolves into a study of the cost of living a double life. The espionage is sleeker, the stakes are more personal, and the cat-and-mouse games feel more lethal than ever.
That's on that front. Welcome to Colombia.
Top 6. From Season 4. The town with no exit has truly become a psychological pressure cooker. As the secrets behind the entities in the forest begin to emerge, the survivors are finding that the biggest threat isn't the monsters at the window. It's the mounting dread that they are all losing their grip on reality. This season leans into the existential horror of their situation. It's a claustrophobic, dark, and deeply intense experience that plays with your nerves, making you realize that the most terrifying thing about being trapped is not knowing if you've actually forgotten how to leave.
Top 5.
Daredevil, Born Again Season 2. Hell's Kitchen is currently a powder keg, and Matt Murdock is the only one standing in the way of the total collapse of the justice system. This season moves beyond the origin story and straight into a brutal, shadow-filled war. With Wilson Fisk's political influence reaching a new, terrifying peak, Daredevil isn't just fighting thugs in alleys anymore. He's fighting the system itself. The fight choreography is once again the best in the business, but it's the psychological toll on Matt that takes center stage. He's being pushed toward a line he swore never to cross, and the moral ambiguity of his choices makes for some of the most compelling television in the superhero genre today. Top 4. One Piece Season 2. The Straw Hat Pirates have stepped into the Grand Line, and the world has just opened up in ways that defy belief. This season is a triumph of adaptation, blending the wild, colorful imagination of the source material with the high-stakes drama of the Arabasta saga. Adding Tony Chopper to the crew brings a level of heart that feels genuine, while the introduction of the Baroque works adds a layer of genuine villainy we haven't seen yet. It's a rare gem that manages to be both a massive, budget-defying action spectacle and an intimate story about the bonds of friendship. It's chaotic, joyful, and reminds us why we fell in love with adventure stories in the first place. Top 3. Euphoria Season 3. The glitter and the high school drama are gone. Now, we're dealing with the cold, hard, and often messy reality of being a 20-something adrift in the world. This season captures the essence of the morning after. Rue, Jules, and the rest of the ensemble are no longer defined by their parents or their teachers, but by their own choices, mistakes, and haunting trauma. The visual language of the show remains arguably the most stunning on television. Every frame feels like a fever dream, but the narrative has matured into a bruising, honest, and unflinching examination of what it actually means to grow up. It's painful, it's beautiful, and it's deeply, deeply human. Top 2. Fallout Season 2. Welcome to the neon-lit, lawless sprawl of New Vegas. The wasteland has never looked more vibrant, nor more deadly. This season expands the scope of the Fallout universe, moving beyond the vaults and into the complex, faction-driven politics of the Mojave. It's an incredible balancing act of dark, morbid humor and genuine survivalist tension. The way the show satirizes the American dream while presenting such a bleak, decaying reality is nothing short of brilliant. Every episode feels like a massive expansion pack for a world you can't help but want to explore, no matter how lethal it is.
Top 1.
House of the Dragon Season 3. We have reached the absolute peak of the Targaryen Civil War, and the Dance of Dragons has become a total, fire-drenched nightmare. This season is a staggering achievement in scope and scale, where every alliance formed is just a setup for a deeper betrayal. The dragons are no longer just weapons of war. They're symbols of a dynasty eating itself from the inside out. The tragedy here is that we know how this ends, with ruin, and watching the characters climb the stairs toward that destruction is mesmerizing. It is dark, brutal, and operatic, cementing its place as the definitive epic fantasy of our time.
Betrayed your queen!
Every scene drips with consequence. Every battle is a pivot point, and every death feels like a blow to the very history of Westeros. And there you have it, the definitive list of the best television currently dominating 2026. What makes this year so special isn't just the massive budgets or the visual spectacles. It's that every one of these shows, in its own way, is asking us the hard questions about power, loyalty, and what it truly means to survive. Drop a comment down below, and let's argue it out. I'm always looking for my next binge watch. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming deep dives into these series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.